There is a growing debate among the Minecraft community about whether or not Minecraft should include more realistic and violent elements such as blood and gore. But should it be added? Some Minecraft players argue that adding realistic violence to the game would enhance its realism and make it more exciting for players. They believe that Minecraft's current cartoonish violence doesn't accurately reflect the potential danger that players would face in a real-world survival scenario. For example, if a player is attacked by a monster, it doesn't currently show any indication of the severity of the attack. They argue that by adding realistic violence, players would have a better understanding of the game's dangers and make it a more immersive experience. On the other hand, many players argue that the game's current style of violence is appropriate for its target audience and shouldn't be changed. Minecraft is enjoyed by people of all ages, and many parents appreciate the game's family-friendly approach to violence. They argue that by adding more realistic and violent elements to the game could desensitize players to violence and have negative effects on their mental health. Additionally, they believe that the game's current style of violence is an integral part of its charm and shouldn't be changed. There is also a larger debate about the impact of violent video games on players. Some studies have shown a correlation between violent video games and aggression, while others argue that there is no conclusive evidence to support this claim. Those in favor of adding realistic violence argue that the players can differentiate between fantasy and reality, and that violent video games do not necessarily cause violent behavior in real life. Those against the addition of realistic violence, however, argue that there is still a potential risk and the game should err on the side of caution. The debate about whether or not Minecraft should include more realistic and violent elements is a complex one. Those in favor argue that it would enhance the game's realism and make it a more immersive experience, while those against it believe that it could have negative effects on players and the game's current style of violence is appropriate for its target audience. Ultimately, the decision rests with Minecraft developers, and it will be interesting to see how they address this controversial topic in the future.